What took so long with Roquan Smith and the Bears? Because they caved on the helmet thing. So basically, where did we end up?
Well, what it was about in the end, I think, was language that if he were to be released and there was offset language there that they had disputed, there was contract language on, it came down in the end to the on-field behavior beyond.
Not the helmet thing.
Not the helmet
thing. Not the helmet thing. If you got suspended for other things on the field.
If he got suspended for fighting on the field,
right,
for touching an official, for whatever it may be on the field, that's what the dispute was about. And I don't know where they came in. My sense and guess would be that the Bears acquiesced, but they did not want to set precedent. But there's precedent and there's practical. And there are people in the first round, other players, that got the language that Roquan Smith was seeking. And the way it had been explained to me is Roquan Smith was not going to budge. Now, maybe he did budge. I don't know where they came in on that final point. But here's the deal. We're talking about a point that's so trivial
Right.
that it should not hold him out that long anyway. So the team gets it done. He gets it done. They both get it done. He's in. Good for everybody. Everybody can go on.
I just want to make clear, because you said if he gets released.
Well, yeah. Well, there were a lot of. That was initially one of the
stuff.
disputes. That's offset language.
Okay.
That was not an issue.
Okay, good.
The
I just want to make sure we clear that up.
Yeah, be very clear. The issue was on-field discipline affecting his bonus money, guaranteed money that was paid. So the question is whether it would void some of the guarantees if he were suspended for fighting, touching an official, doing something obscene on the field, whatever it would be that would lead to a suspension, which who knows if that would even happen. Then it would avoid some of the guarantees, and that's what they were fighting.
It seemed to shift, you correct me if I'm wrong, Schefter, that when he was adamant about the helmet thing, players were like, hey, or everyone was like, we're on your side. But once the Bears kind of acquiesced to that and it went to that other stuff, then it was kind of like, you may want to get in. This may not be worth the longer holdout.
Yeah, I don't know how you gauge these things. Look, to me, there are so few instances when players get a chance to ask for and demand what they want. How many times does it happen? And
ask for everything because you may get something.
Right? And as a rookie, when you're a first-round pick and you're basically going to be signed away for minimum 4 years, probably 5 years, to me, the player has every right to ask for every single thing that he possibly can get. Because for the next 4 or 5 years, he doesn't get a thing. And if the team wants to release him, team wants to trade him, team wants to do whatever it wants to him, it can do that. So for a few weeks here, for Roquan Smith to demand certain language, I think that's well within his right.
Really, really quick, this is down the road, but just because we're kind of on it and you mentioned that, do you think in the next CBA deal, which is a few years down the road, that it's going to stay how it is, that the first rounders are 4 to 5 years, the fifth year of that opportunity, or do you see that changing?
Well, I'll just say this to you, that, again, we talk about this all the time. Oh, the players cannot let Roger Goodell have the powers that he has.
Yeah.
I say, who cares?
Who cares about that?
Who cares about? Get rid of the fifth-year option on these rookie deals that's costing more players more money than anything else. Roger Goodell's power. Who cares about that?
Well, that's a great point, because the NFLPA, when they went through this CBA the last time around, when some people, including Ryan Clark, who was playing with the Steelers at the time and now works for us, was the player rep, they were one of the teams that held out and didn't want to do the CBA because of Roger Goodell having the power. But I think the NFL made a brilliant decision. Was basically, look, that's about 10 to 15 players that might fall under discipline with Roger Goodell, or we can worry about making more money for almost all the players, and I think they made the right choice there.
And if the players want to address the commissioner's power at some point, fine. No problem with that. All I'm saying is that one of the top priorities, if not the top priority, would be the fifth-year option. How do you think Khalil Mack likes playing on that fifth-year option?
He doesn't. That's why he's not playing at the moment.
How do you think Aaron Donald likes that?
He doesn't.
How do you think Odell Beckham Jr. likes that?
Doesn't.
I mean, it's and there should be some sort of change that when a player performs to a certain level after a certain number of years, like the thing gets done, reworked.
Right. Well,
and I know they have the option after 3 years they can do that, but it just seems to me to be a little one-sided in that regard.